Hi guys, my name's Candi Wishman. I'm a psychic intuitive. Thank you for tuning in to this video and my channel. This is for Sagittarius twin flames. So you could be a sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or Venus sign Sagittarius. Or you could be watching because your counterpart is a Sagittarius. Either way, I'm grateful that you are here. Thank you for tuning in. It is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Some of it might be for you, some of it might be for someone else. Now, if you're wondering what I mean by a Sagittarius sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign, or Venus sign, that means the sun, the moon, the first house in your natal chart, or Venus were in Sagittarius at the time of your birth. All right, now I am going to be using the in-between tarot again for you. So I do have a book, because the meanings are not like that of a normal tarot deck, and I don't have these memorized yet. So, all right, we're going to take a look at the different aspects of what's going on with you right now. We're going to look at the individual situations. Got to put these all back so that they are... For those of you who know, you know that I like to start with all of my cards right side up. And anyways, we're gonna look at the individual, what's happening with you. It could have to do with your connection directly, but everything that we do for ourselves helps us. It helps our counterpart, and it helps the connection. So everything I'm reading for you, it could be mirrored. It could be something that your divine counterpart is also going through, but it can also be affecting you, your counterpart, and the connection. Okay, now that we've gotten that over with, let's kind of see what energy you're in right now. Okay. We have the 4 and 5 of swords. So the in-between of the 4 and 5 of swords. Now the 4 of swords is about healing and rest. And the 5 of swords is about picking your battles. So you could be kind of in this place where you need to rest. I don't know, does it start with swords? Where does it start? It starts with cups. But maybe you're still battling. A decision to escape. Interesting, Sagittarius. So the in-between stage reveals all to the person who is experiencing it. Every thought and deed is exposed. Realization is painful but useful to push us on to forward movement and take us away from what is hurting us. Sometimes this wake-up call is just what we need to get us moving. So there's definitely something that's been revealed to you, Sagittarius, that's making you realize that you need to move out of a certain situation or escape a certain situation. And based on the fact that you're Sagittarius and you guys are kind of like escape artists, I feel like maybe that's... Okay, what's influencing? Let's see what's influencing you at this time. Okay, we have the King of Wands and the Page of Wands, which is very interesting. It looks like a mother-daughter relationship or some sort of parent-child relationship, but we're going to go to the book, because the book actually, its stuff is pretty accurate, I feel. The King and Page of Wands. The art of being humble. So the movement from the King of Wands to the Page of Wands is a handover of the fiery wand. It is now time for the next generation to take center stage. This happens at the peak of achievement and the realization that younger minds can bring new life into the project. So I feel like it has something to do with, I don't know if that's wet there, but it has something to do with, there could be children involved, and the old ways of how we're supposed to parent may not be working. You know, like staying in a relationship because you think it's better for the kids when really it's actually more toxic for the kids. And so it could have been maybe one of the kids came forward and said, we need change, this isn't working, or we're not happy, or something's wrong, and you allowed the movement to happen from there. What I got when I first saw that card is perhaps some of you are witnessing the relationships that your parents have been in, and you don't want that for yourself or your children. So there's some kind of connection there that wasn't there before, that's allowing you, it's actually, we'll get to the driver, but it's influencing you at this time. So what obstacle is, ooh, What obstacle or energy is working against you? This is a very interesting card. We have Temperance and the Devil. Or sorry, and Death. Oh no, it is the Devil. I lied. I didn't lie. I was right the first time, I should say. So Temperance and the Devil. I always find that card very interesting because it's almost like something has... There's this nefarious, maybe I'm saying that wrong, nefarious power holding over whoever's in wanting to move. Like, it's just, there's something, the Devil, Death and Temperance. We need Temperance and the Devil, which is stuck. Tasting of forbidden fruit. Okay, this in-between card will show the possibility of straying from the life path of temperance by giving into the temptation of the devil with the taking of the forbidden fruit. So there might be something, Sagittarius, that keeps you in this place and it's working against you. It's working against, you know, it's forbidden fruit, because every time you have the fruit, it keeps you away from what you're trying to get to. It takes you off your path, and it almost has more power over you, or it holds power over you every time you eat from it, if that makes sense. So there's something, and it could be a belief, it could be a relationship, it could be anything, and it's going to be different for each one of you. And this is just coming through, and again, there's no judgment in here from me. There's no skin off my back. This is just spirit coming through to make something aware to you. And maybe some of you are already aware of this and working through it, and it's confirmation. Okay, let's take a look at what is your ideal or goal in this situation. So we have the 5 of coins, the 5 and 6 of coins. Okay, so there's definitely some kind of balance here, needing balance. But as per usual, the book has more to say about it than me. It's so accurate. It really does go a lot. I don't know if you guys are finding that. I'm finding that. So we have seeking help. Okay, so the ideal goal here is for you to be able to receive the help you need to escape or to move in, you know, again, if you're escaping from your beliefs, if you're escaping from a relationship, if you're escaping from something, there's something that you need to move out of because it's keeping you on this path that isn't yours. It is full of positivity. You want it to be a positive thing, but with the 5 of coins in there, the 5 of coins always shows up as childhood wounds. It may be hard for you to ask for help. And maybe you don't have to ask a physical person. Maybe you need to ask your higher self, your soul guidance team, to bring someone in for you. And be open. Be open to the help that's being offered. Okay. All right. What is the driving force? So we have the Page of Coins and the Knight of Coins. Okay, this is a very interesting card. I think I've read about it before. I think it came up in your last reading for the reading of July. So the Page and the Knight. Yeah, introduction to the world of work. I feel like this is more, like this is a child who's having more to move across to the adult world. Taking on a period of work and employment for this time. The Page of Coins has more of a light feel to it. There's work for the enjoyment of it, but there's a bit more of heads down, get on with it feel. So this is an adult approach to work, but I feel like what I got from it was more that the driving force is needing things to work. And there could be a driving force of needing to work yourself, maybe if you're financially dependent, or you know, the forbidden fruit, you know, it could be like, it could be a job, it could be a change in jobs. Like there could be, you know, the golden handcuffs is what we call it, where you have benefits and you have all of these, you know, perks and all of these things, but it's not healthy for you. It's actually not on your path. There's no enjoyment there. So I feel like there's some kind of drive to move out of it, and you're you're willing to do the work to get there. Okay. All right. What influences affect, if you look at my little cheat sheets over here, but influences that affected you but are now passing on. Oh, interesting. So the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands, I think, is something about, ooh, this is interesting. Okay, because it's something about dreams. but it's specific about dreams. What do we got? 2 or 3? 2 or 3. Furthering the dream. So this card shows that the woman has made a choice to practice a skill. She's about to be faced with a proposition from a third party. The woodland experienced growth. So she's very involved in her craft and doesn't want to share this with anyone. It took a long time to perfect her skills, but there's a bit of trepidation shown here. I feel like maybe you had put in the work to something. Again, whatever it is that's taking you off your path, you might have put a lot of work into it, Sagittarius. You might have been putting a lot of effort into it and you didn't want to let it go because of that effort. But I feel like what's going to come in is an awareness of the effort wasn't to further someone else's dream. It was to connect you perhaps with certain people. And again, it doesn't matter if it's a job or if it's a relationship or whatever it is, that I feel like it's connected you to certain people. It's allowed you to hone certain skill sets that are going to further you along. But this dream that you're trying to, because this is what was influencing you before, it's no longer influencing you. It's almost like there's a part of you that realizes the dream is not going to become a reality because it's not, one, on your path, and two, it was someone else's dream. It wasn't yours. It was something that you could take on and you were really good at, but it wasn't your specific dream. So what is likely to happen next for you? Oh, okay. Well, we got the 2 and 3 of Cups. That can't be a bad thing. Okay, I believe that's the Caduceus, I believe, of Archangel. Is it Raphael? You know, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think it's Archangel Raphael. And eventually I'll use these cards enough that I won't have to use the book, guys, but this is where we're at right now, and the book's got some good stuff in it. Joining with others, okay? So I feel like you're not meant to move through this alone, okay? I think you're going to get a lot of help moving out of whatever this energy is. The focus of this card is that of enjoyment and celebration. So the energy bubbling over and full of radiance. There's pure joy at finding one another and being together. So whether this is you coming back together with your divine counterpart or connecting with more of your soul tribe, I feel like the universe is going to bring them in because I think you're ready now. I don't know if you were ready before, even though you may have on some level wanted help. You may not have been ready to let go of the dream that once was. And now you're ready because there's been some things that have come in, and I feel like there was some kind of awareness, like I said, with that parent-child dynamic. Okay. How do you see yourself right now, Sagittarius? How do you see yourself? Ooh. Yeah, we got the Hanged Man and Death. Okay, that can also signal some kind of impatience too, which makes sense if you've been kind of feeling like you've been hanging here and stuck for a while. You might have had to do a lot of breathing through stuff. The Hanged Man. All right, release of the ego. You're trying really hard to release the protective ego, the part of you that used to keep you feeling safe, but now is keeping you trapped and not burning to death, but hanging over the fire. Like I'm just getting one false move and you could fall into the fire, which is really not good for the cortisol in your energy, cortisol in your body. When this in-between concept presents itself, we feel that we have gone from a period of stillness and uncertainty and are moving into a cleansing change process. It will feel like a weight has been lifted from our shoulders and that it has taken a long time to be realized. We now have a clear vision of what is going to happen moving forward. Albeit painful and complicated, at least there is now a feeling of approaching a state of closure. So it's the acceptance of that dream dying, I feel, and it's only because that dream was never your dream and it was actually hindering your true dreams. So I feel like there's a part of you that knows this, but that again, whatever has to come up for release is going to feel a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little painful, but you're going to be okay. Influences of the circumstances and the people around you. All right, interesting. We have the 9 The 9 of coins and the 10 of coins. Okay. I feel in this, the card, the book, this is almost like false support is what I kind of get from that. False support from some of the environment around you, like posturing. I'm getting an energy of posturing. You may have reflected that posturing back, or felt the need to posture around certain people. Gathering with others to celebrate. So it's interesting because it's almost like, okay, this is, so what I'm getting from the book is that maybe some people have come into your life already to help you stand tall and stand in your power. Because I feel like that's more of the influence of over here, but the book's very specifically says is standing very strong with other people. And I mean, it looks like they're marching, but they're all behind this one guy. So I feel like you're going to have support, or you're being influenced by someone in a positive way so that you can move through the energy that you need. Okay. All right. Your hopes at this time. What are your hopes? Okay. We have the 9 of Cups, the 9 and 10 of Cups. So this is wishes fulfilled and happiness, like actual true happiness beyond the forbidden fruit that is a false happiness. There's some kind of falseness that you've been picking up on, so, which is really good. Reunion and a long-awaited return. So you do, on some level, hope to reunite with your divine counterpart. And more so I feel, Sag, more so I feel it's a reuniting of your true self and being able to be your true self more often than not. I felt like that was that posturing. I felt like you had to hide a lot of who you were just to fit in and just to be viable. And that's shifting. All right, possible outcome. What do we have for a possible outcome? Oh, look at that. The 10 and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so this is a really positive outcome. Like the 10 of Cups is arguably the happiest card in the deck next to the Sun. So the book always says something a little different, but I don't think it's going to say anything different here. Yeah, building on happy foundations. You're going to be building on these new happy foundations for you and your family and your life. It was just letting go of this last part. It's going to be painful, but rebirth is sometimes very painful. But you know, because I'm feeling like some of you might feel guilty, like you're not quite deserving of the happiness because of the choices you made, but you got to let that stuff go too, because you made the choices that you needed to in order to survive, and now you're ready to thrive and move forward, and in this space you're going to allow the authenticity of your twin flame to come in. Okay, so I hope that this has helped. Be your peace, love yourself, share your light, and have an amazing day.